Let me double check and make sure I'm actually live. Here, let me see here real quick. All right, mic check. Mic check. All right, hey, Shalom. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Got a clip I want to show you guys, and then we'll respond to it through the Spirit. Abarat Zazah, the lesson is edifying. All right? Let's see here.
Luciferian thing where they use the movie The Matrix. It's almost a Luciferian thing where they use Hollywood to laugh at us, and they use Hollywood to say this is what we're doing. And in theory, they're supposed to tell us, yes, and then that becomes our willing consent. You also have the whole.
So what he's mentioning there is it's a principle in Satanism. In Satanism, they believe they got to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. And this devil is flat out telling you everything that he wants to do. You see what they're doing over there in the UK with the digital ID. You won't be able to work unless you have a digital ID. That's coming internationally. A lot of times they use these social issues as probable deniability to forward their real agenda, which is what's going on. Okay? So in the times to come, everything that you think you have grasp on, the place you stay at, your vehicle, your relationships you have with people, it's going to be stripped from you. And when you're following Yahweh Shem Yahweh, not only is that told to you, but it's told to you that if you stand stiffly, if you hold fast to your integrity, all those things are going to be restored to you, okay, in a greater fashion in the kingdom to come. But that takes faith. All right? And you have to have been endowed with the gift of faith. And when the Lord returns, that's exactly the quality that he's looking for. Faith. Now, during our grace period, our faith is nurtured because we're giving our time to righteousness. We're giving our time to getting to know the Lord, which takes reading, which takes watching the videos, which takes hearkening unto the prophets, studying. It takes these things to nurture that gift of faith that you've been given. Okay? And those who haven't used their time wisely to water that seed, you're gonna fail and you're gonna lose. But let's watch the whole clip, and I'm not gonna interrupt. I'm gonna try not to interrupt, and I'm gonna let the whole clip play through. Okay. All right. Let me see here.
Movie The Matrix. It's almost a Luciferian thing where they use Hollywood to laugh at us, and they use Hollywood to say this is what we're doing. And in theory, they're supposed to tell us, and then that becomes our willing consent. You also have the whole issue of post-World War II evil, which goes back to the feudal period, the factory periods, when we transitioned from villages that were self-sustaining into removing people into factories. And today, of course, we have cubicle rats, which is a form of soft prison, just like schools are soft prisons. I think at the very top, we'll say the 12, 13 families plus the 300 or so board of director members in the central banks and so on, they have been treating all of us as chickens. And they have been using a combination of dumbing down and drugging up, and Hollywood, cultural Marxism, open borders, destroying the family, unwed mothers, fathers into prison, predominantly among the black population, but also...
I said I wasn't going to stop it, Salakia, but it's written in the scriptures that, you know, a tactic to destroy a nation, all right, to put a nation out of whack and to make them easily manipulatable, is that a word? To make them easily controllable is to remove the strong man. Okay, let's actually go get that really quick. This is Matthew 12 and I'll start at 25. The point I wanted is in 29, but we'll start at 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, and part of the spiritual power when we get it, man, here on this side to defend ourselves, we're going to be able to perceive the intents of people. All right? Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and we see this kingdom is divided against itself. You have the wicked elite who want to forward their agenda, but even amongst them, there's quarrels, all the way down to the common Edomites. There's disagreements to the point to, you know how they settle disagreements through violence. Their blessing is the sword. All right? Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And us as a nation, our homes on the family level has been divided. So you see the result of it. Verse 26, and if Satan is cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, because they were accusing him of being wicked, all right, doing his miracles from the strength of the left-hand side, that's what they were accusing him of. By whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come unto you. Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? And a tactic to destroy any nation is to remove the man from the home, to devalue the man amongst the nation. To devalue a man amongst the nation. And our men, okay, have been devalued. Men in general, especially in Western society, have been devalued to tarnish the future generations, because the women's all fucked up in the head. So now they can get to the children, and the children are going to grow up to be those future generations who are going to be more docile and more susceptible to bend the knee, except they be of the elect. Okay, let's continue with the rest of the clip.
Among the black population, but also we've got an awful lot of young white kids that have been sent to prison by judges who have been bribed to feed the prison industry. Right. So this isn't just black people being abused, it's also white people. In fact, all the bad shit they're doing to white people today, they did to black people first. That was practice. So now the white people are starting to say, hey, wait a minute. And it's actually, I think, bonding us. We have black patriots, white patriots. We're all starting to figure out it's the 99% against the 1%. If you're seeking the real truth,
Yeah, man, so everybody, especially the Edomites, they're waking up to the fact that they've been hoodwinked, that they've been too slighted, all right? Because the common Edomite is not benefiting from white supremacy, or should I say white insecurity, the way they once were, okay? They can't own a home, okay? They can't really own anything. Nobody can. They're not benefiting from the system that this devil set up the way they once were. So now they're in the spirit of noticing. They're in the spirit of calling things out. They also are making inquisition of the top of the wicked, because they're part of the wicked as well. But it's going to be to no avail. All right? You see these Edomites, that everybody's frustrated. Everybody's, on edge. Get out of these people's way. This don't got shit to do with us. Your fight is to hold fast to your integrity. When the chaos comes to your door, be ready in the spirit. But don't get all caught up in these people's issues with America and Babylon. This place is going to be destroyed anyway. This has nothing to do with us. We're waiting on the chaos to ensue. We're waiting on this place to go down, because the falling of this kingdom is the beginning of a righteous one. And when it's in our benefit, in which the ball is in our court. Okay, so just keep that in mind for those who are new. Don't give too much energy to the spirit that these people in. We're paying attention to it because it's prophecy, but we're not emotionally invested in anything these people got going on. Okay, we're invested in prophecy playing out so that we could get to our reward, which is the kingdom, new heavens and a new earth. That's what we seek, like it talks about in 2 Peter 3 and 13. All right, so just a quick one, man. I want to share that clip with you all. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash, double honest apostles and the elders, great millstone, shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon you. Shalom.